Okay, so this is today's lesson on median and mode. The warm-up today is talking about variability. It says variability has the root word vary in it. To vary means to differ. When we're looking to see if data has high or low variability, we're looking to see if the data results will be spread out or close together. Okay, look at the following situations and see if the data would have variability or would not have variability. Number one, who was the first president of the United States? Well, that one would not have variability because there was only one possible answer. There was only one first president. Okay. Number two, how much time do the students in my school spend on the internet? That one would have a lot of variability because all different kids are going to spend different amounts of time. Okay. The height of the tallest water slide would not have variability because there is only one answer if you're talking about the tallest water slide, okay? And then number four, the cabin rental prices for each of the state parks in Kentucky, that would have variability because there's lots of possible answers for that, okay? Also for this lesson, you're going to need a deck of cards or Siri. You can ask Siri to draw a card. Okay, so I asked Siri to I pulled 5 cards out of the deck, and then I put them in order from least to greatest, okay? And here is what I got. I got a 3, 2 5s, a king, and an ace. Everyone needs to know that a king, any face card, has a value of 10. And then an ace, if you play cards, you know that sometimes it could be a 1 and sometimes it could be 11. For our purposes here, we're going to call an ace 11. Okay? So the first question is, what is the spread of these cards? Remember spread from Friday. We learned that spread is the range high to low, or high minus low, which would be 11 minus 3, which is 8. The mean of the numbers, that's the average. Okay, so that means we would go 3 plus 5 plus 5 plus 10 plus 11. And if we take that and all divide that by how many cards? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 3 plus 5 plus 5 plus 10 plus 11. That's what? 10, 20 plus 3, 23. 33, 34, 34 divided by 5. If I divide 34 divided by 5, that equals 6.8. Okay? Which number do we have the most of? We have 2 5s. So we have the most of the number 5. And which number is the card that's in the middle? So meaning, if I was to turn that card over, turn that card over, turn that card over, turn that card over, the one that's in the middle is the 5. Okay? Okay, so now our scenario is, what if we drew one more card? Okay, so these are our same cards, and what if we drew one more? First, I want you to predict will the spread or the range of our cards change, and then did it change? All right, and then I want you to make a prediction. Which number do we have the most? I'm sorry, which number we have the most of, will that change? Okay, which number is the card that's now in the middle? Okay, and then we'll get back to that in just a second. I'm sorry, I have to keep stopping the video because I have to keep recalibrating my board. So hopefully you made those predictions, and now let's actually see what happened. So I got a 9, all right? So first of all, let's move these so that they're in order, because if I'm putting my cards in order, then I want them to look like that, all right? So did the spread change? Well, no, right? Because it was a 3 up to an 11. Our spread, our range did not change at all. It was 11 minus 3, which is 8. That was the same as we already had before, okay? How about our mode, our number that we have the most of? Did that change? No, because I had 2 5s already. I added a 9. That did not affect it. It stayed the same. Okay? Now, which number is the card that's in the middle? Well, now the middle, you guys, if you look, if I wanted to know the card in the middle is happening right here. So then, how do we figure out which is in the middle when you have 2 cards? There's really nothing in the middle. So what you're going to do is you're going to take those 2 cards and find the average of them, or the mean. And we learned yesterday, that means you're going to do 9 plus 5 and then divide by 2 cards. So 9 plus 5 is 14, divided by 2 is 7. Okay, so then therefore, the middle card is now 7, and it is different than what we had before. Okay, so a couple things. We want to go ahead and get your ISN and write down definitions for the median. The median is the center of a data set. It's the middle number. Okay, here's an example, all right? We had 3, 5, 5, 9, 10, and 11. The median, we're going to cross from the front and the back, front and the back. And then, this is just like our card example, we need to take those 2 things, 5 plus 9 divided by 2, and we get 7. 7 is our median. Okay? The mode is the value or values in a data set that occurs the most often. Okay, so again, in this example, 3, 5, 5, 9, 10, 11, we have one number that occurred twice. That is the mode. The mode is 5. Okay? All right, so now let's go ahead and do another example together. It says, what if you're trying to find the mode of the following data set? What would be the mode of the median? So please go ahead and write down these numbers in your ISN. The first thing that we need to do is we need to put them in order. Okay, I find that the best way to do this is to look for the smallest number, which was a 2, and I don't see any more 2s. I see a 3. I'm going to mark them off as I go. I see a 4, oh, another 4, another 4. So that means I need to write them down every time that that happens. Then there are 2 5s. I see a 6, a 7, 2 8s, and then a 9. Now, one final thing you want to do here is make sure you got them all. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 numbers. I want to check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 numbers in my list as well. I just want to make sure that I didn't forget anything. Okay? All right. Now that I have them in order, the next thing I need to do is I'm going to start crossing from the front and the back. So I'm going to cross front, back, front, back, front, back. Keep doing that until you are left with just one number. And in this case, those are the same, and that's okay. You know what, you guys? I just realized that that is the median. So 5 is the median. Do I need to do all my crossing like that to find the mode? No, right? For mode, we're just looking to see which one I have the most of. I have more 4s than anything else, so 4 is my mode. Okay? All right, time for you to try one on your own. So go ahead and try this list. If you're at home, pause the video, and then you can check it for just a second. Okay, so whenever you do this example, you should have gotten that the median was 7, but then for the modes, hopefully you saw that there were 2 3s and 2 7s. That means that there are 2 modes. You might also hear the word bimodal. And therefore there's 2 answers, 3 and 7. There also could be a time when there's no mode, because maybe there's just one of every number that you see. All right? And here's one final example. Go ahead and do that one on your own. And pause the video, turn it back on when you're ready to check. Okay, go ahead and check your answers. You should have gotten that the median was 5, and that the mode, it was bimodal. It was 1 and 5. Okay, I have 3 problems for you to do for practice. It says to find the median and the mode for each of these. Okay, so if you're at home, you would pause the video and answer these questions. Here are the answers for those questions. Okay. On that last one, it asks you which team has a better record. Justify your response. The Panthers have the better record because you would say that because even though the mean and the median are the same, the mode is higher. What I mean is, see how they both have the same median, but because this mode was also higher, that means that they had more 40s. Notice they didn't have these 31s, so that means that the Panthers appear to have a better record. Okay? Finally, for your homework, this was from Friday's homework, where on Friday you guys only did the mean and the range. Well, now you're going to go back and do the mode and the median, okay? So the first one has been filled in for you. I put a note over here. You can refer to those numbers that you used on Friday, or you can just draw new cards, or dice, rather, if you want to, for this homework.